Most guys come to the Manosphere for one reason, and that is to get more girls or to get laid more often. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And I know to a lot of people out there, it might seem like it might seem kind of bizarre. If you're a guy that you've been brainwashed by, shall we say, the Jezebel spirit. I don't know if you guys are religious or not, but even the Bible discusses Jezebel and the Jezebel spirit. Actually, that's where it comes from. But there is a lesson to be learned from that in the real world. The Manosphere seems to, the part of it is wired incorrectly, or the pathway to get what you want is an incorrect path, I could say. So most of the people in the Manosphere are teaching you how to have money, success, social skills, get better in life, which is all good, right? Those are good things. But they're using pussy as the bait. They're using getting laid or getting a woman as the bait. So, you want to achieve all these things in life, and then all of a sudden your dating life is easier. You have more options. You have more women. But the truth of the matter is, if you are, let's put it like this, a lot of guys in the Manosphere think learning game is something. Okay, so if you're a guy that doesn't have looks, money, and status, but you have game, then you are somehow winning, right? Because you're still able to get girls, you're still able to get laid. When in reality, that's a poor man's game. That is a cheap thrill. That's a cheap and easy way of living life. That is the easy way out. You can't call it the Manosphere. There's a reason why people outside of the Manosphere call it the boyosphere. Because if you're a man, you do pursue money, success, you pursue good things in life, you're always on to bigger and better things. But when you start to achieve bigger and better things, when your status increases, when your money increases, when more women are throwing themselves at you, the test of whether you're a man or not is how much discipline you have. Can you push these women off? Or do you just lack discipline and you screw every chick that throws herself at you? That's a reckless way of living. But anyways, most people that are watching the Manosphere aren't at that stage. They don't have the looks, the money, the status. They don't have the game either. So they're trying to figure it out. What do they need? Do they need to increase their value, become a high value man? Do they need to learn game? What do they need to do? Well, the truth of the matter is, you need to pursue what makes your life actually enjoyable, what makes you happy. And I can tell you one thing. As a guy that the Manosphere would refer to as a Chad light, all right, so there are sub normies. I don't know what you call them. And those are the guys that are incels. There are normies, which are either incel, MGTOW, or simp your way into trying to find something. Then you have Chad lights, which are like, they can get by. And then you have like Chads, right, that are just walk out the door and all the women just drop to their knees in front of them. So, that's where the Manosphere would put me, the Chad light category. Now, I can tell you one thing. Out of all the one night stands I've had, all the hookups, all of the girls that I've got with on Tinder, none of them have ever made me happy. Like, there's never been a time when I've even the hottest, best looking chicks that I've slept with, none of it made me happy. Like, there's never been a time when I'm driving home from some chick's house, still buzzing, just had some really good sex with a really hot chick. There's never been a time when I'm like happy about it afterwards. It's like, yeah, shit, man. I got to get up early. That was kind of a waste of time. It really is a waste of time. The only times in my life I've been happy in terms of like dating and relationships and stuff is when I'm doing things I enjoy with people I care about. And I know in the Manosphere, they think it's like beta for a guy to be like, act like he cares about people or act like people fall in love and shit like that. But when you're having a good time doing good things with people you love, that's when you're going to enjoy yourself. And I don't think it's really a wise decision to take the narcissistic path that, and I use that term loosely. I don't believe everybody in the Manosphere is a narcissist, but the path that people lead you down is more of a narcissistic path where you're living life, making yourself your mental point of origin, which is okay to a degree, but that's also that's atheism. An atheist, if you're somebody that is religious at all, and I'm not going to Bible bang on you hard here, but making yourself your own mental point of origin is atheism, right? You believe that you are your own God, you are in control of your life, you know what's best for you, so you're putting yourself first. If you are any other religion, you make God your mental point of origin. So anybody that chooses red pill or Manosphere think has to accept the fact that they're an atheist. You can't make yourself your mental point of origin and also have God as your mental point of origin. You can't be your own God and worship yourself, but also worship God. You just can't do it. You got to pick one or the other. The Bible says God is a jealous God, so you got to pick. Now, again, I'll lay off the religious part because I'm not very well rehearsed on the Bible or any of that, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. But it's the truth. There's a reason why people that go to church or that they were like born again or whatever, they claim that their life has changed. Everything is different. They've been saved. They're born again. Their stress from the past goes away. Their depression from the past goes away. They move on to a new chapter of their life. And that is a chapter in which God is their mental point of origin. So when they reach this point, they're actually happy, right? It's like their stress has been passed on. God takes it away. Whether you believe that or not, that's the typical mindset of somebody that is a Christian or even a Muslim. Just instead of God, you would say Allah, but that's the way people believe. Or that's the way people think. Now, when you make yourself your mental point of origin, when you chase selfish things, you think lust, right? I just want to satisfy my lust. So I'm on Tinder, I'm swiping, there's a hot chick, we matched. I shoot my shot. She says yes, we're cool. I go grab a bottle of tequila. I'm heading over to her house. And ain't shit else going on. We're going to sit there. We're going to drink. We're going to smoke. We're going to have sex, whatever. At the end of that, you're not going to be happy at all. Like you're just going to get tired of doing that. It's going to be a big waste of time. And here's the thing. When you're chasing, your own lust, you're pursuing what you think you want. What ultimately happens is you're not, how do I put this? It's as if you're not showing the person that you really are. Instead, you're letting your lust and what you think you want create an illusion of what you really are. You know what I mean? So if I meet a hot girl on Tinder, we match, She invites me over. She lives 2 blocks away, whatever. I grab a bottle of tequila. I head over to her house. When I get there, she's not seeing the real me. She's seeing the lust inside of me that wants to fuck her. That's it. So I'm not showing her much else. I'm just showing her the side of me that likes to have sex, that likes to party, that likes to have fun. So there's no depth in that interaction at all, you know? And when guys come to the manosphere of, all right, we're cutting off again. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, test, 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 test. So people come to the manosphere and, you know, they want to fix this problem. They want to solve this problem. And get this, guys. Get this. What is this problem? And there's a reason why I'm using this religious aspect here, this point of view, because it's very easy to explain it when you use religion. So when guys have this void in their life, they think they want something, and they think they're missing out on something. According to the Bible, this is, you know, the Jezebel spirit reaching into your life and saying, do it, you know, go have sex with that girl, go get on Tinder, go watch that internet porn, go masturbate, go and guys, having sex with a woman that you are not in love with is just masturbation, just with another human being. 100%. I can tell you 100%, having sex with a woman that you do not love is literally no more satisfying than jacking off to internet porn. In a lot of ways, internet porn might be better because you get to watch whatever you want. You get to, you know, whatever. You do whatever you want. You watch whatever you want. So it's the same exact thing. But when you're in something meaningful, when you're with somebody that's meaningful, you put God first, God over man, man over woman, woman over child. You follow this order. Life is just, it's amazing. You know, it's a whole different way of living. Now, when you're getting urges to hook up with a woman, when you're getting urges to have meaningless sex, right? You're like, whatever, I'm bored, I'm lonely, life sucks, especially after 2020, everything went downhill, everything's shit. I just want to get drunk and have sex with some hot chick. So that is pure evil, entering into your life, trying to seduce you and convince you to do something that not only will you not enjoy, but something that will actually drive you further away from what will actually make you happy, you know. And guys are so low, you know, guys that come to the manosphere in general, most guys are so low. They are so conquered by the Jezebel spirit, so defeated, so weak. You know, they're on their knees submitting to the Jezebel spirit so hard that they're watching internet porn on a regular basis. They're masturbating to it constantly. They go on Tinder. They're not getting matches because they look like the Coomer meme. They got bags under their eyes. They jerked off 3 times before they took that selfie. They look like shit. Okay. Their energy is low. Everybody has energy. Everybody has a unique energy. But depending on how you preserve that energy and what you use that energy on, your energy is either going to be low energy or high energy. If you wake up in the morning, maybe, you know, you get a good exercise, a good workout in. You eat healthy throughout the day. You don't waste your energy on bullshit. You know, everything you do has a return on investment bigger than the work itself, right? When you work out, your energy goes up. When you eat healthy, your energy goes up. When you work, it's God rewards hard workers. He doesn't reward the lazy. You accumulate wealth. When you cut the bullshit, you cut the bullshit people out of your life that are only there to drain you, use you, pull you into negativity. You cut those people from your life and only add good people that give you a return on investment. And I don't mean that in like a selfish way, but just people that contribute to you the same way that you're willing to contribute to them. When you go through life like that, you have a high energy constantly. Your energy is very high, and people recognize that. When you wake up and you jerk off to internet porn and you get out there in the world because you have to, you don't want to, but you have to, you just wasted a significant amount of your energy on internet porn. So you go out in the real world and you're interacting with people. It seems like you're doing okay. People like you, you're an interesting person. You make okay money. You're not bad looking. So people talk to you. And you have situations where you meet a girl, and it seems like things are going decent. Seems like maybe she likes you, but somewhere along the line, you guys just grow apart. She stops texting you back or whatever, it's like you thought you had something there and now you're like, what the heck? Like you can see it slipping away from you. The friends that you make, sure. Yeah. They're friends to a degree, but also at the same time, they're going to a concert this Saturday and you weren't invited. They went to a party last Saturday and you weren't invited. They're your friends, but they're slowly cutting you out. They're not really including you. And why is this? Because there's something off about your energy. There's something that's totally off about it. When you go home every night, you're jacking off to the internet porn, you're swiping on Tinder, you're looking for a girl to have sex with, you're hooking up randomly with random people, and you're drinking, you're smoking, you're doing all kinds of shit like that. You're wasting all of your good energy that you have on activities that have no return on investment. All they do is drain your energy and make you weaker, just literally shrink your brain. When you give into addictions like porn, you can look this up. It actually shrinks the part of your brain that's responsible for decision-making and having discipline and overcoming addictions. That part of your brain actually shrinks. So this is the you that people see. You might seem okay. It's like they can't quite figure out what is off about you. But there's something very, very off about you when you're living that sort of a lifestyle. So they start to say things behind your back, like, yeah, something seems off about him. Something seems off about that guy. He's pretty cool. Seems pretty normal, but there's something off about that guy. And you know it. When you're living like that, people are kind of looking at you funny. And, you might try to cope and be like, maybe it's all in my head, but it's going on. And that's because what you're doing behind closed doors is showing to the general public. What's going on in the inside is reflected on the outside. They don't know exactly what you're doing. They can't say, this guy obviously jacks off to internet porn. He's a porn addict. This guy obviously is hooking up with, random sluts on Tinder. This guy is obviously, drinking or smoking or doing some crazy stuff. They can't say that for a fact, but they can sense that something is off about you. So even though they don't know what you're doing, their senses and the way they feel about you reflects as if they did know what you were doing, as if your secrets were out there in the public. And that goes for every man, woman, and child. What is in the dark will come to light. And people don't have to see exactly what you're doing. So when you're pursuing these things, or when you feel like you want to go out there and attain these things that are driven by lust, greed, and selfishness, you are under attack by a spirit that wants to destroy you. It wants you all to itself. And when you're so trapped by this spirit that you're on your knees submitting to this spirit, you're giving yourself to this spirit, giving your whole entire self-worth up to this spirit. A dating coach pops up on your YouTube screen, right? I promise I can get you laid. I have clients that are getting threesomes, that are having sex. I took a guy that was a virgin and now he's had sex with 12 girls in 1 week. You know, crazy shit like that they're presenting to you. They know that you are under attack. They know that you've given up to these demonic forces. They know you're down and out. They know you are weak. You have no chance at holding your own. So like any predator does, they target you. They realize this guy is so low. He's so desperate. He will pay $500. He will pay $1,000 to learn how to have more sex. That's how much of a porn addict he is. You know, he's running dry on Tinder. He's not hooking up anymore, and he wants to increase his leg count because that's the only thing in his mind that he can possibly come up with that would make him happy. Even though time and time again, just like any drug addict, they think doing the drug is going to make them happy. They get a quick high, and immediately, once it wears off, they're lower than they ever have been.